Today we're sitting down with law attorney Ron Webster. He and his team are committed to providing the best service and have been serving Southwest Florida for over the last 30 years. We're going to ask Ron a little about the immediate and long-term effects of COVID pandemic on our real estate, contractually, and what we can expect. And also we're going to find out who Howard is, which is Ron's office mascot. Hi, welcome to episode 4 of Marco Minds, and today I'm sitting down with Ron Webster, here at Attorney Laws for Ron Webster on Marco Island. Hi Ron, thanks a million for sitting down with me today. So Ron, if you could just share with us whatever you feel is most poignant right now in regards to real estate and the changes that you foresee and what we need to be doing.
Eventually we're going to get through it. I can't tell you how many buyers that I had to talk off a ledge when we're in the middle of contracts right now, and we will return to normal eventually. But in the short term, I think it's going to change the way that real estate is sold. I think we're going to see a lot less foot traffic. I think we're going to rely a lot more on online presence. And now more than ever, I think it's important to get good photographs, to get a good virtual tour of the properties. And I think people will be able to discern from there the limited properties they might want to look at.
Yeah, and even for myself online, within the last 4 weeks, I've seen a huge increase in my colleagues as well on who has to get in front of the camera now, because in order to show these homes that are vacant via virtual tour, but also if we want to do a live presentation, it's definitely changing the face of real estate for us too as agents, and we will embrace it, to make Marco what it is and get our buyers and sellers back down here. Do you foresee any contractual changes that the COVID pandemic is going to bring?
Yes, the Florida Association of Realtors was the first one to come out with an addendum. And NABOR, Naples Area Board of Realtors, the one that we commonly use in Southwest Florida, also has one similar. And basically, it's giving buyers an opportunity to extend time periods, inspection periods, closing periods without jeopardizing. It allows them to extend mortgage contingency periods. And it's almost no different than right now airlines are letting you have free cancellations and rebookings, and same with cruise lines. And I think that's a way to lure buyers back into the market that are fearful. I had a buyer from New Jersey that's a physician that was hesitant to sign the contract because he said, I'd like to come down and do a walkthrough for closing, but what if I can't? And by having the new addendums, that provides greater flexibility, and it can provide buyers with greater assurances.
That's fantastic.
Aspect of closings we're seeing is changes in the way closings are occurring. And title companies have become a bit more flexible, and now they're allowing for remote online notaries. And that's where a person can sign a document and they go ahead, present enough identification, and then they'll mail that into the notary, and the notary will sign off on that. In fact, one of the girls, Susan, in our office is in the process of being certified as a remote online notary. Also, other states, I noticed Pennsylvania is allowing DocuSign just simply for mortgage packages, which they never allowed before. But I think that's just all temporary, and I think eventually we'll get back around to the way we're doing business. As far as the long term, I think that if anything positive came out of it, besides family bonding, I think that in the long term, I think it will be strong for Marco, Naples, all Southwest Florida. I'm seeing situations where people are saying, I'm hesitant to go on a cruise, I'm hesitant to go out of the country, and so they don't even have to get on a plane to come down to Marco Island, and so you can always throw the wife and the kids in for a vacation. Another long-term aspect I see is that we're traveling, doing so much remote work from home right now that it's becoming more of a thing than ever. And if people have an opportunity to work from their home in Bristol, Connecticut, or work from their home in Marco Island, I don't think it's a debate. And if you have to be quarantined somewhere, I think there's a lot worse places than Marco Island.
We're very blessed. There's only one Marco Island. And Ron, before I let you go, I have to ask about Howard, your office mascot. Could you let the people know a little bit about Howard and how he became your office mascot?
Certainly. I'm sorry Howard's not here today.
We were hoping.
He's back over at the condo here at Esplanade. But my wife and I, for the last decade plus, we have been bringing dogs back and forth. They're from St. Martin. There are 2 rescue organizations, one on the Dutch side and one on the French side. And they're always having difficulty finding homes for these dogs in St. Martin. And there's a rescue organization up in the Northeast that's based out of northern New Jersey. And so every year we've always made an annual vacation to St. Martin, and we bring dogs up that have already been adopted in advance, and we just bring them up because you have to have someone on the plane carry them up. And there's been anywhere from puppies to older dogs, and it's just been a lot of fun. And with Howard, he was one of the dogs that we brought up to transport that already had an adopted home. And when we came up north, we found out that the adoption fell through. So we quickly fell in love with Howard and adopted him, and he's been part of our family for the last 3.5 years.
That's fantastic. What a burst of energy that is, and joy to share with our community. And thank you and your wife for helping all those animals. And Ron, they're going to see a picture of him, so they're going to see how you could not possibly fall in love with that animal on a plane trip back. Thank you so much, Ron, for your time today, all your help and advice, and we really appreciate you here on Marco Island.
Thank you.
Thank you.